So today I'm behind the wheel of the 2023 Lexus RX 350h, and I'm going to take some time to go through the interior of this thing. So starting as I normally do from left to right, over on the left, you got your window switches, you got your rear mirror adjust right here. Right here, in lieu of a door latch, you kind of have a door button. So pushing this releases the door. You can close it. Up top, you can see the Mark Levinson speaker audio system sprinkled throughout the cabin. To the right of that, you have the odometer trip reset button, as well as the toggle up and down for the dim level of the gauge cluster. Below that, you have 3 different driver seating positions, as well as a set button that you can set. You have the gas tank release, as well as the rear hatch button. Moving to the gauge cluster, it is a full digital display. So in the center, you kind of have, in lieu of a tack, you have a charge, down low, eco, power, kind of showing you where the energy will be sent. The center can be adjusted between multiple pages. So starting over on the left, you got the average fuel economy, average speed, EV driving ratio, whatever you're listening to. Currently syncing through my Android Auto, Spotify, as well as the G-forces, left, right, braking, accelerator, and then a blank should you want it in blank. I kind of leave it on the average fuel economy screen. You can also see it's currently in an EV mode. I'll showcase how you can kind of force it in that mode when I get to the center console. Moving to the steering wheel, how is going left and right on the options over there is over here. Now, you can adjust both the left and the right, I guess, compass quadrant buttons, as you could call them, by the buttons at the bottom that look like pages. So each side has 2 different options. Now, the only way to kind of show it is based on the navigation, or the heads-up display up top. So you can kind of see it. If I kind of hover over that page button, you can see that up top is phone, down low, talk, as well as left and right will be the tuner on that. But if I push that button, it swaps it to mode up top and audio off or on at the bottom. Pushing it again. Now it also has the volume to the right of that, but the volume is actually a button that is marked, as well as over on the right. If I touch it, you can kind of see it's not probably coming through too great, but left and right is how I was adjusting the options on the gauge cluster, and up and down actually moves the heads-up display, and then pushing that page button again kind of has the cruise control options. And there are 2 cruise control buttons that are actually marked as well. The back of the steering wheel features some paddles. So like normal, over on the left is down a gear, over on the right up a gear. Give you a better look at the steering wheel. Behind the steering wheel and up top to the right is the power button for the engine. Then you have this full crisp navigation display. So it normally features just these 5 different options, but if you plug your phone in or link it via Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, you enable this top 6th button, I guess I should call it. But you have that in Android Auto, you have navigation, you have music for whatever media you're listening to, phone, and then kind of a vehicle page. So on this vehicle page, starting at the top, you kind of have the drive mode options. You have normal, sport, eco, custom. In custom, you can adjust your powertrain, steering, air conditioning between the different drive modes. You also have seat controls, driving assist, trip information, energy flow, which kind of shows. So right now the engine kind of kicked on and it's charging the battery. All-wheel drive. This will showcase how much power is going to what of the 4 corners, so to kind of light up each little block. Tire pressures for all 4 corners. Vehicle alerts. There's no messages at this time. Also at the bottom of the kind of navigation screen is the HVAC controls, all touch screen, except for the knobs for the temperature. So you have heated and ventilated seats, 3 levels for both the driver and the passenger. Heated steering wheel, currently off because it's like 80 degrees out. But you also have the fan controls down here. You have actual buttons for the front defrost, as well as the rear and the side mirrors, the actual manual buttons. You have a volume control right here as well. You can push and turn it off should you wish. Coming below that, you have your hazard button, and over to the left, you have parking assist as well as the camera view buttons. Pushing that can put you in different camera view modes. Below that, you have some cubbyhole space. You slide this back, it reveals some charging pads, more cubbyhole space, USB-C, regular USB. Up and to the right of that, you have 2 USB-C plugs. Currently use that for charging, and when I wanted to sync it with Android Auto, relatively easy. To the back and to the left, you have your little gear knob. You have reverse, neutral, and drive, as well as sport, and then a parking button. You have a bunch of options to help with the vehicle. So you have traction control off. You have, if you kind of go off the road, button right there. EV mode button right here. You push this, it kind of locks it in EV mode, utilizing all of the battery power you have earned, I guess is the best way to say. You have the hold button for when you're at some red lights. You want to hold the vehicle without utilizing the brake pedal. And you have a parking brake latch right here as well. To the right of that, you've got your 2 cup holders, currently utilizing it for my gimbal. You got your armrest, button on the side, relatively deep, probably a little bit taller than some Coke cans, probably fit, give you an example, probably 6 or so deep in there. Going to passenger side, you got your glove box. That Mark Levinson audio system, like I mentioned, sprinkled throughout. Give you a look at the passenger seat. Same style goes to the rear. Both the front and the rear share a sunroof. Sunroof controls up top. And that is pretty much the interior of the 2023 Lexus RX 350h. If there is some features, some buttons, some options I didn't go in depth enough on, and you have questions, be sure to leave them in the comments below. And if I don't know the answer off the top of my head, I will definitely try to find you an answer. Thanks for watching.